Well, howdy violins and violas. This is Mr. May with a video about how to form our left hand and put our fingers on the strings so that we can play different notes when we play tunes like this. Yeah, I know. If you get this left hand in shape, we'll be cooking through hot cross buns in no time. Now, to form our left hand, we're gonna have to start with a fake playing position. So I'll go to my playing position, set my feet, and put my left arm out like I'm holding an imaginary violin with my thumb flat for the back and my spider fingers going. Now we're actually going to change the name for spider fingers today. So from now on, we're going to call them tabletop fingers because if you look at them, when they're nice and curved, they look like little mini tables. Okay, so we want nice flat middle knuckles. So this is our new hand for playing position. Now, you're going to need wait for it, washable marker. This is optional for this activity. You're gonna need a washable marker. I have one right here. My favorite for this is blue. I'm gonna draw 2 X's on my hand. Now, make sure you get your parents' permission before you draw on yourself with washable marker, okay? So, we're gonna draw 1 X here underneath my first finger. Then we're gonna draw an X right here underneath my pinky. Okay? So, once I have those X's drawn, we're gonna play a game that I call Smell the Pinky. Sometimes I call it Tap Your Pinky on Your Nose. There's all kinds of names for it. Here's how it goes. So, I'm going to make my tabletop fingers again with my thumb, but this time I'm gonna take my thumb and keep it straight, but go like this. Okay? See that again? Still straight, but now it's pointing up. Then I'm going to stand with a V in my arm because I'm in my fake playing position, and I'm going to turn my hand so that the tabletop fingers spin and I can see the blue pinky X underneath the bottom of my pinky. Okay? Then I'm going to imagine that there's a string on my nose that goes into a wall and it's straight like a horizon, and my hand is attached to that string. Then I'm going to bring my hand in towards my nose, following my imaginary string till it touches my nose like this. Boop, and out. And again, do it 2 more times. Boop, and out. One more. Boop, and out. Okay? So that's smell the pinky, tap the pinky on the nose, whatever you want to call it. That's going to come back in just a minute when we work on our left hand. So let's build our left hand. Let me grab my trusty violin. And now, I am going to go to actual playing position like you know. This was playing position version 1. So we're going to do our feet, all of that, get into playing position. I got my jaw down. Now here's an important step. You're going to try this at home, so make sure you go to somewhere where there's a bed or a couch in case you drop your violin. We have to do this. Look, Mom, no hands. If you are holding your violin with your jaw, like we're supposed to, this should be very easy. But keep your hands and a good couch or bed underneath you just in case it falls, all right? So you're gonna go, look, Mom, no hands. Because we have to make sure we're holding our instrument up with our jaw, not our left hand when it comes time to use that. So we're holding with our jaw. Okay, now go back. Put your tabletop fingers on the instrument. Remember to have that first finger close to the neck. Then I'm going to fly my hand back, whee, until it stops on the scroll in the tuning pegs, okay? Just like this, all right? After that, I'm going to check. Do I have a straight left wrist? It looks like I do. This is not straight. This is not straight. You can test if it's straight by going like this and seeing if you feel any bends either direction. A straight wrist is very important for left hand, so we're always going to check that when we set our left hands from now on. Once I have my hand out here, I'm going to wave hi to myself using my fingers only. Oh, hello, how are you? Do this using your fingers. Make sure you don't go in like this when you're waving, but go right at yourself. Okay? Then, from there, I'm going to build my left hand. So you may have noticed that there's also an X on your first finger. Remember when we drew that one on? You're going to do 3 steps for your left hand, starting with that first finger X. Okay? You're going to turn your hand in, get a close-up here, until you're covering the X with where your first tape is going to be. You will have a first finger tape right about here and a third finger tape right about here underneath your strings. Your first finger tape is where all the action is going to happen with left hand. So you're covering that X. So now your hand looks like this. On the other side, we have my friend Spy Thumb. Da-da-da-da. So Spy Thumb is a thumb that is just peeking over the fingerboard. He's on a secret mission, and it's very important that he only peeks a little bit above the fingerboard, and that he stays on the other side of the first tape, and that he is nice and straight like mine is. So not diagonal like this, and not bent like this. Nice and straight with that straight wrist, okay? So that's step 2. We have step 1, cover the X. Got it. Step 2, Spy Thumb. Da-na-na-na. Now step 3, we're gonna make our tabletop fingers and put them on the string like this. So I want you to pick 2 strings and put your fingertips of your tabletop fingers in between each one like mine. So you should have nice curved tabletop fingers. And that is your left hand. We'll talk about how to put our fingers on the strings to make sounds like this. But for now, I want you to just work on making that left hand. And once you have it set up, we're going to play a little game called Skis, where you actually, oh, I'm sorry, this isn't Skis, that's for cello and bass players. We're going to play Smell the Pinky again, excuse me, where we're going to bring our hand in just like we did before, but look what happens. The instrument stops us, it's getting in the way. That's on purpose. I want you to play Smell the Pinky with your instrument, but every time you get to the instrument, you're just going to stop and go back and forth like this. But look, is my wrist moving? No, just my arm. So you're going to actually use your elbow to move your hand like this. And keep your left hand, both sides, in shape like this. All right? So that is how to do your left hand. Feel free to rewind and watch this video as many times as you need. Don't forget the 3 steps. Cover the X, Spy Thumb, and tabletop fingers. Have fun practicing, my friends, and go be awesome.